Good morning and welcome to the Gray Barn of Andover, New Jersey. This morning we're going to visit with Burning Sensation Antiques' other booth. This is their big booth in the Great Room. And as you can see, it is much more primitives and heavier items, more of like the tools and all those kinds of items are located in this booth. Is it more of a masculine flair to this one? But lots of great primitives and other things for your decor and collecting. So he is a 20% off items not marked firm. And if you wish to purchase any items from this video or past videos, any of our Facebook or Instagram posts, please just go right down below in our biography and it tells you how to get a hold of us. Preferred methods are Instagram or Facebook Messenger, as I get notified right away about those. And for our friends who don't have either of those and have messaged us in the past, email is fantastic. And just tell me, either send me a screenshot or tell me which video in particular and give me the timestamp, and I will send you more pictures and information, and you can decide then if you wish to purchase, or if I come across an item and I show you the price, like this one here is $24, and you just say, I just want to take that, not a problem as well. So let's get started on this. And I try to go as slow as possible. We keep these videos around 10 to 12 minutes. Tonight is our Wednesday night Facebook Live. So if you are on Facebook, hop on over. That's 5:30 Eastern Standard Time. There is no registration required. Well, that's a really good price. Don't know about shipping that one, but that is, wow, that's a really good price. $40. It does have the 1 and 2 pound weights with it. Here we have a nice old wall phone for $52 from 1913. I actually have a couple of nice old phones in right now. There's a nice old oak wall phone in the back as well. We usually don't get too many older phones like that. So our Facebook Lives, everything I choose is able to be shipped. It is a random number. I pull a random number, and the first person to get their number in is the winner of the item. It is not an auction, it's fixed price, but prices are always fantastic. I go through the shop and look for items that are well priced and that I think people will like. That's a good price, $16 for that. That looks like it might have been navy. No maker's mark. It's a nice little mortar and pestle there. And then the weekend of June 7th and 8th is our next weekend event. We have 6 of those throughout the year. And I get many of the vendors to do additional discounts inside. So they go from 20 to 30, many of them, 30 to 40, and they make sure their booths are stocked full. It is a rain or shine event. We do have tents outside, as we do tend to put a lot of items outside, as many of our vendors that have a bookcase bring in a lot of smalls to get rid of at that point, small furniture. 12 on this nice little graniteware pot, as well as 12. This was an as-is. There must be a hairline on that. And they'll bring in, well, that's a good price, $4.80, Hong Kong, so 1970s, early 80s. King syrup, empty tin, $6.40, no lid. That's still a great price. I love these for all my pens and stuff. They're fantastic for that. So yeah, so we get the vendors that have just a bookcase to bring in small furniture and such, and they mark it at a really good price because they don't want to bring it back home because it doesn't stay here afterwards. And weather permitting, we'll have a few extra vendors outside. They'll be crafting vendors. We don't have additional vintage vendors outside because we have vintage inside, and we don't think it's fair to our in-house vendors to really be having other vendors with the same sort of items competing against them. So we'll have some nice crafting vendors making all kinds of great things. And then the next event after that is Christmas in July. On our Facebook page, in the tabs under, if you go to more and you click events, it will pull up all of our upcoming special events. So they're always a good time. A little spool for just $6.40. A little stack of molds for $12. Train stuff there, $6.40. They are as is. These look great if you have the Department 56 houses and stuff, and you might be able to come up with like a bead or something just to make these look like light bulbs. They'll always look cute, and that's a really good price to just add to your little houses. 12 on that really cute little picnic style tin there. 24 on this huge old couple dents kettle. I always tell everybody you have to look up and you have to look down, you have to look all over in every single booth in the whole shop. I have to figure out what that head belongs to. I found that doll's head randomly sitting on an item in his booth the other day. He was here the other day, and I figured out to point that out to him. I don't know where that belongs. These are nice. So we have a couple of these fluted bump hands for $9.60. Pair of nice handles for just $9.60. Rail brackets, nice. Okay. I could see some good crafting going. Those would be cute little towel. You put in your bathroom, nice little towel rack. It's got the pieces here. Let's see how much the receipt holder is. Paper holder, 16. That's the wall mounted. What is this? 16 on the hardware ice shaver. Yeah, I remember back in the day when ice boxes just started coming in, you didn't have it making your ice cubes. You'd get ice delivered. You had the Iceman cometh and bring you your ice. So you'd be shaving it off of the big block that you'd have sitting. Some people kept it in, the coolest spot they had in their basement, with the wood shavings, the sawdust to keep it as long as they could. Yeah, no, a lot of nice oilers here. 12. Looks like they're probably, this one's 8 in the center, and that one's 8 as well. And these drawers, I'm surprised we haven't sold more of these. These are just $8. They are so cute and so cool. They do stack. Some of them are different sizes, but these little drawers open, and they're just they look great in your little vignettes. Just really, very fun. This is the last jar of buttons over on this side of the shelf. On this shelf, $6.40. $20 on that. Cigarette tin, prices inside. So if there's anything you want prices on, just let me know. That's a great price on that old mold there, just $9.60. You'll notice a slight difference in pricing in the booths. I think Ronnie tends to do this stuff more, and his wife does the other. Small carved box for $8. Looks like it was probably a card box. You can see there's some damage on the ends, but just lovely inlay. Very cool. Cigar box for $20. A toy. They're mixed throughout the shop. $24. 1966 Super Gooper. I'm seeing some really cute things over here. I want to show you that look like they're a really good price. Hog scrapers. Those are not what I want to show you. Here's another little nice oiler. It's a little copper color. 16 lamp. Oil can style lamp. Yeah, that's what that very cool. Oh, look at the little handle. Yeah, you can't really tell from down below until you pick that one up. That's a real nice one. A lot of nice old tins. Our folding yardsticks. This one is $5.60 on the bottom. This one is $4. If you follow us on Facebook, and I put it up on Instagram as well, you'll have seen that I put up some really cool Pinterest ideas for some shadow boxes, and that played into one of them, which really looked cool. These are really fun, the little light cages. The larger one is 8. The smaller one is just 4. I'm sure you could come up with something for those. Very neat. Even just displayed as is, they're just a lot of fun. And again, we are visiting with Burning Sensation Antiques, vendor code UGMO, and then 20% off. So that beautiful plane just becomes $16. A lot of great tools. We're not going to dig through them right now, though. We are going to go to the center of the booth. Well, first let's hit this end cap here before we get in there. So $8 on the solid brass drawer cabinet pull. There's not 2 of them. Those would make such cute handles on the end of a tray. $48 on that. $9.60 on a Happy Days bank. And we have a nice blotter here for 16. And then we're going to go into the center. Not able to chip the wood churn, the butter churn. Which we usually don't have too many of those in here, so that's a fun find for our local folks. This is just the ringer, and that's $20. And I'm not alone, so if you hear banging, that's just Dawn. Oh, that's cute. Look at the little wheelbarrow. Not able to be shipped, but that's just $40. Very cute. A lot of great scales in here. Not super old, but a nice little lantern for $14.40. Nice pulley for $72. It's got some age to it. And you see these are not reproductions. He just gets that polished so nicely. We can ship these. This one is $48. And the other one, he did do refinishing on those, $48 as well. So a repaint on the handles because I can see they were quite rusty. So a nice improvement on those. And we are getting near the end. Let's just check the prices on these. This one is $16 and this one is $20. This one you can actually see the measurements on it. Look at that one. That's a beaut. It's a nice spring scale there. That one is $120. And it has the nice brass holder there as well. This one I actually had to do that because I had somebody that wanted to switch them around. So before we end up having that done, we took measurements to prevent that from happening. Blocks. I know people love their blocks. Let's see what we have on these. $9.60 for 20 of them and $6.40 for 16. So we have 2 bags of the nice old blocks. I've seen some cute projects with those. So we're going to wrap this up now. I'm going to step back out and let you see the front of this booth again. Again, please feel free to reach out to us via email or direct message us on Facebook or Instagram. All of our information is down below in our bio. Phone calls are not the best option, as it's usually, a lot of times, Don will go to work and it's just me, and if I have customers and vendors and I'm helping other people, I cannot really take the call. So messaging is always best. It gives me the opportunity to go find the items as well as a way to attach photos and information. Our phone is a landline. I'm not able to send text, so our preferred methods of communication. All right. Thank you, as always, for spending some time with us at the Great Barn, and I hope you have a fantastic day.